My name is Darlene Randolph Bay. I'm located here at Richmond, Virginia, Republic. This is my journey, my truth, how I chose alternative medicine as opposed to using Western society methods such as radiation, chemo, and surgery. Today is the greatest day of my life. I choose to live. I am love, I am joy, I am peace. When I rise up to wash my face, I usually say something positive in regards to my disposition so I can speak it, I can claim it, and I can be it. So I am love, I am joy, I am peace. This is the greatest day of my life. Tap water is not the best water to use, but when you're in a urban area, the city, that's all you have. Don't beat yourself up unless you can afford to get a filtration system, which creates structured water. So I use my natural olive oil soap. I wash my hand thoroughly, lather up. It's good to use basic warm water to cold. It energizes your face and your body. As you can see, my locks sometimes get in the way, but that's okay. I pull them back and pull them up sometime. Right here, as you can see, I have natural soap hand. This is natural toothpaste. The best type if you can afford it. This is a company called Kiss My Face. It doesn't have any fluoride in it. That's what you are really trying to concentrate on. As you can see, this is an antioxidant, and it also has Q10, which is excellent for the body. And so when I can't afford to use natural toothpaste, I use, this is Bob's Red Mill, pure baking soda, all natural. It's a mineral. So sometimes I'll put a little in my hand, wet your toothbrush, and just do like this. In my teeth, I make sure my tongue, I scrub it real good. And then, this is my routine. I pat my face. That's with cold water. And it gives me a refreshing start for the day. And this is my routine that I do on a consistent basis to prolong my life, to extend it. And I really believe if you start off positive every day, it just make you feel good on the inside as well as on the outside. I use different affirmations. As you can see, I have one up here, and it is so. I cancel all the assignment of the enemy and let your favor walk before me. And I may say that throughout the day. I am love, I am joy, I am peace. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. When you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So every day I try to make sure I stay positive, because a lot of things is mental. If you let your mental guard down, then that's when depression kicks in a lot for some people. That's when people can't handle the pressure when the doctor tells you, oh, you have this dreaded disease, you have cancer. And most people, if they don't have a solid support system, they fall to pieces. At the time when I got the news, I didn't have anyone. I was in the office by myself. So I knew then I had to make up in my mind, Darlene, are you going to choose life or are you going to choose death? In 2009, I had been diagnosed with a meningioma, which is a tumor on the brain. At the time of my discovery, I was attending a church and I was a very active member, and therefore I was really excited, anticipating, the ministry that particular day. And I had this woman to walk up to me, and she said to me, this sickness is not a sickness unto death, but for the glory of the Lord. And I looked at this woman like she was crazy, because, she's sitting here trying to prophesize to me, and I'm sitting there telling her I'm not sick. And so I noticed a year later that my vision started to fail me. I noticed something was going on internally. So what I decided to do was consult an optometrist. And so when I went to see the doctor, they kept telling me it's nothing wrong. But all along, I knew within myself that something was wrong. And so therefore, from that point on, I got a second and a third opinion. And that's when we discover that something was going on inside of my brain. From that point on, I went and consulted with another doctor who was a neurosurgeon. And at that point, they ran me through all these extensive tests. Since the biopsy in my left breast, no, I did not detect or notice any type of lump or anything, because it was non-invasive at the time. The only recognition was on the x-rays. When it comes to the medical establishment, it's a sense of urgency, because they've been trained to do three things, which is to cut, surgery, chemo, or radiation. So my breast cancer doctor, she was adamant about me coming in and to get surgery right away, but I opt out not to do that, because I did my own research and I realized that most people who don't even do anything outlive the people who do radiation or chemo. When it comes to the left breast with the cancer diagnosis, I took upon myself to do my research. I came across on the internet a product called Black Solve. I liked what I saw, so I felt like, hey, I can utilize this treatment. I just took I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I took a nickel, I put the Black Solve on top of the nickel, and then I put it and put a Band-Aid on it and slept with it for 24 hours. After 24 hours, you remove it, which I did. They said if there's any irritation, like redness or anything, they said that's where it's gonna draw and pull the cancer out. So I had a red spot. And so,
how long did it take?
How
many applications did it take to pull that out?
Oh, one application.
One.
It starts to naturally formulate a scale. Maybe that's not a scab. I'm sorry, wrong word. Scab. And like a sore, like you run, hit your leg or something, you got a little scratch, your scab, that's healthy. That's what your body's supposed to do. You know, oxygen got to it, you know. Same thing. It would just pull, it started pulling out the detoxin. And then the detoxin was cancer. So that's what it looked like. And it came out, I got pictures better than that. And you know, I looked at it and I said, damn, that's cancer. That's what cancer looked like. And I pulled it out from a natural, you know, doing natural. And I know a lot of people probably say, well, what the hell? This is for real. Black salt does work. For 21 days, it started to pull the cancer towards the surface of the skin. And it's almost like a ring of fire. It's a discomfort, but not to the degree that I could not deal with it. So once that occurred, then it had like a little core, almost like a little donut ring, and it fell off. And that let me know that the cancer had successfully been pulled out of my left breast. Three main elements that really affect our bodies and cause the sickness and disease, and that's candida, fungus, and parasites. And so one of the ways to counteract that is through juicing. Raw organic foods, you know, produce, you know, vegetations, and just live, you know, clean foods, lemons, oranges. I do pineapple, guanabana, that's soursop. Different combinations you can use, blueberries, you name it. Well, now I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to show you some basic routines of juicing that I conduct and do on a consistent basis. First of all, I take the sink. I have a double sink, so my left side, as you can see, got a couple little dishes in it. But my right side, I'm going to fill this up with cold water. And what I'm doing is, I'm going to take, this is called real sea salt. And when you put sea salt in cold water, it strips off all the additives, fertilizers, the residue on top of your produce. And you can put this in the water. And what it's doing is actually, you know, detoxify. So, I mean, you can put a little teaspoon, it doesn't matter. I'm so used to doing it that I can pretty much measure it as I'm pouring it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let some of my veggies soak no more than anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And as you can see, I'm removing some of the stickers off of the products. Today I went to the local grocer. A lot of stores now, they have where you have the opportunity to purchase organic, you know, foods, veggies, and fruits. And just keep in mind, a lot of the vegetables out there, they are GMO or hybrids. I know everybody's budget is different. I mix up both because some days I can afford all organic and then some days I can't. But today I did a mixture of both. So I have some organic. But the most important thing is when you're purchasing your fruit, you want to make sure they have seeds in them, which is considered wild, craft, or organic. So I usually mix them in there, let them soak, like I said, for about a little 10 minutes. I have kale, collard, greens, because that's where I'm going to get my greens from. Today I was looking for beets, and everything's is seasonal, as you know. we have a lot of imports coming in, so it depends on where they're coming from. A lot of the products are coming from overseas, from Mexico, Philippines, you know, California, but they've been hit a lot with the drought. So most of your products are coming from South America, you know, from Brazil, Guatemala, you know, just different locations. So you just have to kind of look at your produce and your products, and you kind of pick and choose if you can. Always check out your local markets, you know, and farmers. When the season picks up, you know, the weather gets better, you'll get a better price point. I remember I used to go down there and shop, and I can get 2 big brown bags of produce and fruits, and it cost me no more than $17 or $20, you know, as far as groceries. So we're gonna let that sit for a minute. So I'm gonna have to time myself here. So I got 10 minutes. And right over here, I'm gonna do a couple different, 3 different types of juicings today. Get ready to make myself a pick-me-up. Say like I have been out walking and been exercising, doing cardios and everything. And sometimes you just need to have your system kick in, and you sometimes feel exhausted. Well, this is like a pick-me-up. I'm going to take a lemon, celery, because it replaces the sodium in your body, and it's a good taste. And you know, a lot of people ask you, what is your sweetener? Well, for those who have a sweet tooth, naturally a granny apple is a good sweetener, naturally. So usually I'll mix it. You can mix a fruit with a vegetable. Usually people will mix the granny apple, and some people, they may put a little honey in their food, but right now I'm just going to use the basic fruits here. So I'm going to cut the lemon. I'm not going to use the skin. I'm going to cut off. And just make sure you got a good knife and be careful. You want to leave the white on because that's a good nutrient for the body. Juicing can be fun. Your family can pitch in and help you or assist you. You can prep some of the stuff, but you want to make sure you keep all the vital nutrients. So it's best to just do fresh if you can afford to daily. Some people do use frozen fruits. So some people mix their stuff with coconut water or coconut milk or almond milk. Another one that's pretty good, people are gravitating to cashew milk. So you're gonna have to try the different things and see what really fits you. I'm gonna make sure all this is going to be grind up in the juicer. So you just try to cut it, and I'm just going to cut off just a little bit of the edge, and we're going to go from there. Okay, I'm going to put in the granny apple. It fits all right in there. I put the lemon, and this is the celery sticks. As you can see, I use glass because plastic is really not good for us. So I usually use a lot of my products. I put them in a glass container. So good and delicious. And cheers to your health. And this is celery, lemon, and a granny apple.
What's this in your hand?
In between juicing, you're gonna get a lot of the pulp extract. So some people, they'll bag it up and put it in the freezer and they can use it for a soup, a cold soup. I'm learning now to try not to add heat to my food, so I'm trying to become more raw, you know, cold pressed food and stuff like that. And it's a daily task, but it's feasible. You can do it. It takes adjustment, but as you can see, this is all pulp, natural. It just came from the juicer, and it's edible. The vegetables and the fruits have been soaked, so now I'm putting them up here in the rack, removing them because I don't want them to get soggy. And I'm just going to take a paper towel, drain some of the extra water off of the leaf, and that's what I'm doing. So that'll be just fine. The next thing I'm going to do, which is one of my favorites, pineapple and ginger. This is what a real ginger look like. Most people, you know, they get stuff that's been grind and dried out, but this is a real ginger root. So you want the natural. Ginger root is really good in attacking cancer cells. And pineapple is another excellent source of energy for you. So I'm going to take this pineapple and I'm going to cut the bottom off, because in the pineapple, that's where most of the fungus is located at. So you want to make sure you cut that off. Then you take your top, you twist it, and we discard that. And you're just gonna, that's why sometimes I take the lemon and I'll put it in the water, because it's like an antiseptic, so it helps cleanse your body. That's why sometimes you can take warm water and put a little baking soda, which helps you to alkalize your water. And you can make yourself a little tea with your lemon juice. So there are many things that you can do as far as little home remedies to increase your health. I just don't knock anybody's remedies. You're just going to have to experiment and read and try to find some of these recipes. The best place to go is on the internet, because a lot of people are into health and wellness now, and you can just Google cancer recipes, and it's just so much out there now. It's not like, you know, 10 years ago, you know, you really had to research a lot to find out, but there's so much information out here now. So right here, as you can see, I'm cutting up my ginger now, and I just shave a little bit this off so it won't take so long when I put it through the juicer. Like you peeling a piece of potato. Wow, got People hitting me up on my phone. Okay, so as you can see, this is a piece of ginger. Now you can take your ginger and you can take your water, preferably warm water, but if not, if you want to boil some down. See, the thing about cooking your food, it takes away the nutrients. So it affects the energy of the product. So it's best if you can use warm water or temperature so it won't kill it. As you can see, I done cut down the pineapple. So I'm going to take this pineapple right here. For some people who have arthritis, pineapple is an excellent fruit to use to help you with your joints. So I'm going to just slice it straight on down because I'm just going to put this all in the juicer. Okay. So we're going to take this here. I'm going to go right back over here. As you can see, I didn't clean it, change it, because it's going to clean out itself. And I'm going to get a little bit more pineapple. And some people, they add other little spices in. You know, just it depends on their take, how they want it to taste. More in here. We're gonna let it go. As you can see, it went straight on through. As you can see, you don't need to spend a whole lot of money for mason jars. I just recycle my jars. As you can see, this is a organic virgin coconut oil jar. So I just recycle and I just use the jars. And you can always put the top back on your product and you can put it in the refrigerator. If you're gonna make yourself a batch, as long as you know you're gonna be using it up within a couple of hours, it's not bad, because it absorbs and goes straight to your bloodstream within 2 to 3 minutes, all the vital nutrients that you need. So now that I'm a grandmother, I can process and make their own baby foods, and this is excellent. See? Great. And this is pure organic pineapple and ginger. What baby wouldn't love this? As you can see, I've already put in the different greens, as you see, that I had drained and prepped earlier. I got some carrots in here, got some pepper, red pepper, a lot of antioxidants, you know, nutrients. The greens here. had just put in, as you can see, were the greens and kale, collard, and I put in a granny apple just to sweeten it a little bit. Today when I went to the store, they didn't have any beets in the produce section, so the best thing to use is to get a beet, because what it does, it detoxifies your liver. It cleanses your liver. So that's why you want to make sure you have all these good antioxidants. You know, these are your super foods, your greens that feeds you. And fruits normally cleanses you, detoxifies you. Now what I'm about to do is show you that if you don't have a juicer, you can always modify by using your blender. Today on the market, the Bullet, the Ninja, you know, there are just so many different types of processors out there. But some of your blenders, they are great. So I'm going to use blueberries, and I'm just going to rinse them off. This is another good antioxidant drink to have. So I'm just going to put that in there. This is just going to be 1 cup I'm going to use. Then I'm going to put a banana in there. As you can see, this is a nice glass blender. So you can always go to the Salvation Army, places like that, or yard sale. I'm just going to use the remaining pineapple. For those who like to use almond milk, coconut milk, or a cashew, I'm putting in 4 cubes of ice. Is the blueberries, the pineapple, and the banana. And I'm going to add phenol, which is good. It's a product that you use as an appetite suppressant, and also it cleanses the kidney and the lungs, and it relieves abdomen, you know, pain, or cleanse any type of colon disorder like gas or gastrite. Also is useful for acid stomach, you know, and also like people who may be using chemotherapy and stuff like that, and radiation treatment is excellent, you know, to assist with your cancer. Going in there. And then right here, this is coconut oil.
So you use about a teaspoon of coconut oil?
Yeah, or a tablespoon, just depends. And then I put that in there. And then I'm going to mix it. I have an older blender, so it's taking me a little bit longer. But it serves the purpose. All right. So that's the blueberry, pineapple, banana, fennel. You can see it's nice and thick. You make yourself a nice little smoothie. And these are just a few of the things that you can make good smoothies and drinks. A good antioxidant berries. You can use strawberries. I just chose to use blueberry, banana today, and all the other products with the coconut oil and the fennel and pineapple. So cheers to a good drink today. Since I've been aware of my condition, one of the most noticeable is my left eye is drifting to the left because of the meningioma is pressing on my optical nerve. So therefore it has created blindness in my left eye. So when people look at me front and center, they can see my left eye has drifted to the left. I feel great in my body, phenomenal. A lot of energy because of the superfoods that I eat and take on a daily basis, plus the essential oils that I ingest. And those things give me vibrant health. So as far as the treatment, I am very adamant. I suggest to anyone to use essential oils and change your lifestyle, which is going to a more raw base food intake and juicing. So those things help me in my current survival. Depends on the individual. I have a very strong self-will, very motivated to bring change within myself. So it's mental. So therefore, I chose to use natural, alternative, wholesome, therapeutic treatments because the American establishment, they only use surgery, chemo, radiation, because that's what they've been trained, that's what they've been conditioned. You never hear them talk about nutrition. You never hear them telling people, oh, this is another alternative. So I feel that every person has to make that own personal decision, and I just chose to use the natural products, and which includes supplements, minerals, plenty of structured water, alkaline, clean water. And like I indicated before, the superfood, the super greens, juicing, all of those things work hand in hand for you to have your body to regenerate itself, because you have trillions of cells, billions of cells in your body, and your body constantly can regenerate. For the future, which is now, currently, I ingest essential oils. I have oils that is based on my chemical makeup, meaning it's based on my name, the date I was born. I'm into the science. I am currently on a more restrictive, removing myself from eating cooked food to a more raw diet and continually juicing. I remove myself from eating animal fat, meats. Our body was never designed for us to consume that. Look at horses, look at all the other mammals. They eat vegetables and they're strong. But look at us. We're constantly consuming everyone else's. Removing certain foods out of your diet is very essential. I am under the understanding that, hey, I can take control of my life. I can take control of my destiny. And if it means disciplining myself, waking up, juicing, incorporating super green foods and the proper essential oils, then I know my cells will become strengthened and it can regenerate. See, we are in a cesspool of toxicity. We are constantly being bombarded over and over daily with the consumption of negative ions all around us. So that's my own personal reasoning why I stumbled upon this journey. I started reading a lot, doing my own research, and then applying it in my life. And at this point, I know that the tumor, the meningioma, will totally be dissipated, be removed out of my body. Here are a few of the products that I've used over the years that assisted me in my recovery. For example, the black salve. This is a very potent, powerful product that I had administered. I put it exactly on my left breast. Another thing that has assisted me the most, which is what I'm currently doing, these are essential oils. These oils are so potent that it's based on my makeup, meaning my birth date. And so the combination of these compounds are specifically designed for me. And I take these on a daily basis, 3 times a day, 1/4 teaspoon. And for example, they are a combination of frankincense, myrrh, turmeric, all kinds of special oils. Right here, this is a kelp liquid, and I take 4 drops of that. Any of these products that you see on this table, you can get it from a health food store in your community. Some of you may be familiar with Whole Food, Thompson Elwood, which is located in Richmond. But in any neighborhood, or hopefully in most neighborhoods, you can find a small health food store. Coconut oil, very vital, very essential. You can use so many ways that you can use this coconut oil. You can use it for cooking, for those who are cooking food. You can use it to pull poison, toxicity out of your mouth. You can take a teaspoon of this and you can pull on it for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, and then you can just, spit it out. And what it does is called oil pulling. It's pulling the toxins out of your body. Another thing, you can ingest this and take it, and it's good to help restore your health. You can also use it on your largest organ, which is your skin. So all these things are very good in caring for your body. I have children. I wanted to see them graduate, go to from high school to college. And I knew that if I had this surgery, there could have been a lot of problems, such as I could have literally died on the operating table because the way the tumor is located near my pineal gland is deep. I didn't want to end up being debilitated, having some type of other cognitive deficiencies and stuff like that where I couldn't function on my own. And I didn't want to put that burden on my children. So I was able to see my children graduate from high school and now in college working on their undergrad and another one working on their master's. So the odds have been against me, but it's 6 years strong now. So I truly believe in my heart that I will continue to win if I stay disciplined and stay focused. The health and nutritional information that I will be sharing with you is based on the research and the personal experience I encounter. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. This information is not intended to provide medical or nutritional counseling, nor is it serve as a form of medical treatment. The information contained herein is not intended to diagnose or treat or cure any ailments, conditions, or disease. I assume no responsibility or liability should you choose to use the educational information without the approval of your healthcare practitioner.